Yo, welcome to the Morning Smoke, man. This is King Richardson.
It's Leander Williams Jr.
Excited about it.
Yeah, always playing.
Smoke's great. Day's great. Life's great, man. How's your life, brother?
It's another day. Another day to be great, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So how do you define greatness, man? I know you said it a lot. How do you define greatness, bro?
I speak through self-discovery, honestly.
I like that.
Everybody was placed here on earth to do something. Okay, what that is, you got something, you got a purpose over your life. And I think that's our key, man. It's like discovering that throughout life. Like, can't nobody tell you, hey, this is the thing you need to be doing or what you should be doing. I think the moment you like really get in tune with like yourself, I think like eventually manifests itself. So I tell everybody, man, you know, find that thing that works for you. Continue to let that thing build up.
So that begs a question. You know, since you a father, right? Little Lakin.
Right.
Lakin gotta eat, right?
Yeah, you know.
So you just said that nobody put anything on you, and it's just like a self-discovery, like raising a child.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a point where the parents, I don't know if that's the right way, it's just the way I know so far, but the parents are pulling a child into a certain direction. Most of the time, and I've experienced also just leadership in general, where sometimes you gotta pull them into a certain direction. How you match that with what you just said about greatness and actually the self-actualization, like actually becoming your own person, when a part of it, you know, just growing up is that you get naturally pulled into certain.
I think you know, just kind of raising them and steering them in the right direction. Not so much of what you need to be doing, but more so of showing you values, morals, principles of life, versus anything. You know, those things are gonna take you far. To, you know, building your character, your self-esteem by allowing you to do what you do, not holding you back. And you know, you eventually find yourself in the midst of that. Like, you going somewhere, you going places. Like a lot of people say, you know, your character keep you, you know, where your gift can't sometimes. You know, a lot of people have a gift and can do so many great things, but they got bad manners. They got these things. So I think molding them and shaping them in that arena, and then allowing them to become who they are, I think that would just kind of take them to a whole another level. So I take it from that standpoint. You know, I'm not saying I'm the greatest parent of all time, but those are some things I was taught growing up. So I think, you know, I want to, you know,
establish a foundation, not really.
Pretty much,
The
like
entire structure.
a solid foundation for you to build on.
I get you.
Yeah.
I get you. What if, okay, so I know greatness, but in our head we have an idea, because most parents want their kids to be what they are or what they want it to be.
Right.
So I just wonder, you know, like when we say greatness, is that tied to a certain thing? Like if your child, because I know you're about ownership and entrepreneurship,
Right.
but if your child said she wanted to, I don't know, like not work at all, just sow the royalties of Leander Williams, you know what I'm saying, that'd be, I guess, inherited by her, you know what I'm saying? Like she just wanted to just, I don't know.
Just live off of that.
Yeah, just live off that. Like, how do you handle that?
If that was a plan with the Lord, man, for to do that, I'd say, man,
But you know, they say it's personal, so you don't really know.
Yeah, so yeah, I just feel like, honestly, like I was saying, if she discovered it, she got to find a great way to tell me, like, hey, the Lord told me.
Yeah. So what
specific.
happens when she gets stuck in that way? Like, what do you think it'll take for you to get her out of that rut? Because I asked this question because I think it can speak to so many of the problems that we see. Like, you know, when we trying to like do outreach things in our neighborhoods, and people they're accustomed to a certain way. They in what they in, and you see that they can do better, and you want to pull that better out of them, but they cautioning taking them out of what they should be doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I just, you know, what I see a lot, this is a pattern, and what I see a lot of people do, things they wasn't like privy to, and things that they don't have, like as far as like, we wasn't raised to get any and everything. Like we had to be very specific on the thing. Like parents gonna get you your needs versus your wants. Right. So because of that, when you get older, your whole goal is, I want my kid to have the things I didn't have. But you don't really teach them the back end of it. Like, I had to work to get this in order for me to provide this for you. So I started relating when she was like 2 years old, like different things, like, okay, well, who are you? So you can establish in your own self, like that's building self-esteem. Who are you? I'm a beautiful black queen. Like, okay, so like in life, like, do you want to be a leader or follower? They just like plant those seeds in her head so she can know and make that decision for herself. Like, yo, I want to do this thing for myself on the back of the principles that I learned from my father, and I'll take that and run with it versus I'm just giving her everything with no understanding. She's just becoming spoiled and dependent on somebody else. So teach her independence in the midst of me having this conversation with her, and she'll know, like, okay, well, it ain't given to me. I got to make something happen for myself.
Yeah. That's cool. That's something I hardly hear, like, you know, like when we call people successful, right? The ones that we see on TV most of the time, people that got certain things that you aspire to, you call them people successful. But those people, I just don't really hear them talking about, you know, like parenting and stuff like that. Like I did watch a special with Jay-Z, and he was talking about like what he think is important for his daughter to grab for the twins. Yeah, but what he think his daughter should grab. And one of his things was compassion, because he felt like with compassion, and I like that point, you know. You know, because with compassion, like you can pull them into, they're gonna think about others outside of themselves. And I think that'll rid them from a lot of those things, and that kind of leads you toward, when you talk about God's will. Naturally, you'll find yourself tiptoeing around that. So you start to think about that service, being a servant. You know?
So I think a lot of people, I guess, like morals and values they get from, you really look at it, like it's all of the like biblical principles. You think a lot of people like grab over it. Like a lot of people may say, oh, I'm not this or one religion or whatnot. But a lot of that stems from religion, whether that's, I don't care, Christianity, Buddha, some people have those principles that they divert to. Like, is that the core for everybody to kind of live on, the principle? Yeah.
I wouldn't go as far as, I would say most people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even you go globally and change a little bit. Mm-hmm. But culture itself is like designed around religion. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And the religion in America is mostly Christianity, but you have like different religions as well. But the American culture is still about Christianity. So whether you believe in anything, you'll find, and you know, a lot of those religions are very similar, like values and morals and beliefs, honestly. But yeah, so once you get into that, you really find that everybody really kind of look at life in the same direction, which is more Christian based. You know what I'm saying? And it's more subconscious. Most people don't really know that's what it is. It's don't steal. Like, you know, we teaching commandments, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, a lot of people don't even know it. Because I remember challenging a girl one time I was talking to, like, just conversing with. She was saying that she didn't believe, right? So that she just believed had a spirit. She was just into it with her spiritual self, right? Which I thought was a beautiful thing to say, right? But a quick inquisitive me, I was like, okay, so what guides that? And it stumped her a little bit, and she ended up eventually after a few conversations, and that was never, I wasn't forcing anything. It was really like a dialogue, you know. And she ended up, I mean, it was guided by Christianity, although she was kind of, lack of better terms, like rebelling against
accept that,
right?
So you got to revert people over.
No, I think she's still into a thing. She's like, I forget what they call it, but she's more into like nature and the spirit, you know.
I don't know what it's called, but I think I read into a couple
people
on that same
like that yoga vibe.
Erica Badu vibe.
Is that it?
I don't know. I call it Erica Badu vibe.
I don't know nothing about Erica. She makes good music.
The window see a bad song gun, though. I tell you that.
Yeah, I know there was a time, man, I wasn't really sure, but honestly, I gotta blame everything on me. Everything with me and like my direction. It's 100%. It's 100% divine, like I feel, because I could have, like, you look at my life up until like my late teens, probably like maybe touching 20. Like I could have gone any direction, like either direction I could have been gone. Like I was literally in the middle of both of them all the way up, and I just found reading. I started reading it, and you know, God great, like now we have like these people that we didn't have access to before. Now you can just, you know, on your cell phone, you can just listen to everything these people believe in, you know what I'm saying? So they inspire you. You find, okay, you reading this, you know the scripture because you raised off of that, so your value, your principle already off of it. You grew up in the church, So all of that stuff really in sync with each other. You hear the people that you believe in or aspire to be more like. They kind of saying the same. Everybody saying the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh man, this is cool. But then you inside of that, once you start to do that self-discovery or self-actualization, as I like to call it, you start to like find your little niche inside of all of this stuff. And how you work into the big car of life. You know?
Everybody play these balls.
Mm-hmm. The big puzzle out there, man. Everybody, we move, we shape a little different, look a little different, but we all come together for the cause. Yes, indeed.
Make a lot of sense.
What's something you think your parents taught you, man, like that? One of the most defined things that they taught you, man, that you think has the greatest impact on your life?
Man, they ain't told me.
Oh, man, come on, brother.
Now, I think, just, I guess it go back to what you were saying. It kind of stems from subconsciously or not, like, biblical principles. Okay. And that was the biggest foundation I had. Like, I lived by it. Certain things I look at now, like, you know, compassion is one thing, forgiving, you know, all of those different things. Like, you know, like, don't look down on nobody or things that have that Christian based heart. Like, that's how I see, you know, regardless of not, I don't care which religion it is. Like treat humans like humans, man. Treat people like people. What would you do in this situation? A lot of people, you know, will set ourselves in a standard that we can't even hold up to. Right. And then all of a sudden, like, no, treat people like, what would you do in that situation if you failed at this? Like, don't be so this way. It's like, like, yo, nah, we people, we make mistakes and all of that. So I live on that. And biggest thing, gratitude. Like, of course, we wasn't fortunate to have everything, but we had each other. And through that, you learn, you know, love and all these different things. In one situation, I know I was real young, and Pops kind of mentioned, like, this year, you know, we probably won't be able to get, you know, things you got on your list for Christmas. It's just out of my heart, man. And he, you know, he even had that in some of his messages. Like, I said that, no, as long as we got y'all, man, we good. And, you know, that was probably, you know, divine in itself for me to say that, to give him strength and encouragement. But that's something he taught me. So it's like, yo, it came out. It was a mirror image to him. Yeah, so that encouragement kind of reciprocated. And then, you know, we live off that. So it's bigger than material things. It's bigger than all of that. Like, and through that, you can make it through life. I don't care whether you're up or down. You know how it feels to not have and to have. Because of that, you know, I just moved in that. I think all of that, you know, just that foundation alone was set firm. Like, that foundation is good for me. And now giving me those tools to move forward, encouragement to go, get out here and do for myself. So I think that's the biggest thing. Honestly.
Something you just said that made me think, man, that you know, coming from and to have that, right?
Right.
So by the time mine's up in age, I just wonder, because they may have skipped that block of going without. You know what I'm saying? Like how do you give them that experience of, like, this ain't always how it's gonna be. Like, there's nothing really given. Everything's been hard. I mean, we can tell them that, but you know how we grew up, and it was like, I don't know, like you hear one thing and you see one thing and you hear one thing, and it's just the things don't really mesh up like that. Like, how you handle that? Like, trying to instill in them principles, like, that you really can't. I mean, you kind of fish around for the words a little bit, but like those things, those foundational principles that you have of like that not having it. So it's just a different level of appreciation towards life, towards things, for them to be born into a world where they have those things. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you think you can pour that into them?
To your kids, or
even beyond that, Jason, you know, because at the end of the day, a lot of times, so we talk about the kids, but I also I feel like a lot of those answers could also go towards the communities, like those hard to reach communities, like those people that, you know, they know that one way and they don't want to get out.
It's like conform to that.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I think for so long, and you can't fault people. Like, they do become an actual product of their environment. Like, they just stuck in it. Like, that's all they know, because the person across the street, the person beside them, it's all in the same situation. And then it takes some people to really come in and show you, like, yo, we've been doing this wrong for so long. Like, this is more to life than this. And I think that comes from exposure. I remember a situation And never forget it. It was 1999. We was fortunate to take a trip, family trip. We went to what was that? Orlando, Florida.
Oh, big stuff, huh?
Big stuff, yeah. You thought you was on
28-hour drive.
You know, Greenwood. We go to Captain D. We thought that was amazing.
Showing his birthday.
Yeah, you look at Captain D now. You like, come on, bro. Like, 499 million. Come on, bro. And, you know, that's how we saw it. It was like big living for us.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just look at it like that. Exposure. That trip opened my eyes up to see like it's more to life than the Mississippi Delta. So because of that, I was like, yo, there's something else out here that I can tap into that I don't really know for sure about it. Like you hear people saying, oh, you won't make it past 21, or a lot of y'all here, the statistics of y'all going to jail is more likely than anybody else. You ain't gonna go get this college degree. All of this, like you hear this, and you got to go against the odds, man, and really like go out here and get it. Like you got to believe in yourself. And a lot of people may, you know, strike you as being an arrogant person out here, but in my mind, how I saw it was, yo, ain't nobody else gonna believe in me. I'm gonna believe in myself, right? And I had to like tell myself this for the longest, up against everybody telling me I can't. Then I go out here and try to make something happen. Right? So it's just, I don't know. It's just all about exposure. I say is key, and then somebody who actually was in that situation and environment to change their whole lifestyle up, and then go back and show people how to get it. And of course, they may not, a lot of you ain't gonna grab everybody. There may be one or two out of there that you can spark the fire in, and they like, yo, bro, I know where he come from. Bueller, nigga, like the 138 South Clark Street in the trailer house. If he can do it, I can too. So I just want to like just be an encouragement like to people like, yo, this is possible. It's a possibility. I don't care who that may be. One or two, that's cool, but somebody can get it.
I think exposure. I think that's extremely important. I think that could be that thing that, you know what I'm saying, like that, because that's what it was to me. For me, it was joining the military and actually leaving. You know what I'm saying? It was like, I'm hanging around these people, I'm around these people, like, you know, we taught to have these bad relationships with people that are outside of our communities, because it's like you're almost taught to hate those people or dislike those people because they weren't born in your situation.
Right.
But then you get to meet these people, it's like, man, these people are cool, and they would tell you everything you asked for. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no secret in what they know, you know, but then you just be around them and you just like, man, like, they know about investing, like, how did you do that? Like, I took like a little finance class, all this stuff, and I don't remember not one subject about investing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just remember how to write checks, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I think exposure is super important though, man, like, because exposure in its essence, it's like, it allows you to learn things that you otherwise didn't know. Right? You know what I'm saying? So even if that's a trip to Orlando, or that's a museum, taking your kids to a museum, or bringing a particular person, or giving yourself, or giving the person access to a person that they feel like is someone that they could possibly aspire to become. You know what I'm saying? Someone that they feel like they can actually become. You know what I'm saying? Which I think a lot of times when you go back as someone who's escaped those conditions, like go back, you know what I'm saying? I feel like in a way that's that exposure you're offering them. But I guess in my recent history, I feel like you gas the flight up and you say, let's go to Orlando, figuratively speaking, and we're gonna show you something. The jokers don't even show up to the airport, bro. What's up with that, man? But it'll go back to what you said though, man. It's like, they don't know they missing nothing. Like they feel like everything's sweet, everything good, man. It's a crazy situation, man. I really want to tackle that issue, man. I really want to tackle that issue.
So how do you think, like, because I see a lot of people now, they'll give a person, in our mind, we're like, I don't think people need incentive to want to do better. However, my heart goes out to people, so I want to bake you in to see this, so you can see it for yourself. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times, I think sometimes it's necessary. Like, hey, I got a whole barbecue going on. Let's join in. And I plant a little seed right there. It can open your mind. So I think, sometimes, you take it that way.
You gotta get outside the box.
Yeah, like, I want to give you, hey, we got a $500 cash reward if you show up to the airport. But you don't know who about to take you up to Orlando to get this exposure in order for you to change your mind.
I like it.
So it's like, do you think that sometimes, is that overreaching, or is that like something that can be necessary for our people coming up?
Brother, I feel like they God's work, man. They ain't no overreaching, brother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's an underreach. Excuse me. I don't think it's ever an overreach, man. I think that's actually a pretty good tactic, man. Like, because for one, I mean, you go to do stuff like this. For one, you're doing something for them, so people tend to their ears tend to open up anyway. This is how politicians work, right? Like they do something for you. Whether they gonna do it for you after they get up in there, that's a whole different conversation. But they gonna do it to where they can get your mind open to what they're talking about. Right. And all of a sudden, like, you know what I'm saying, they believe it in the ideas that you communicate. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's a way, man. Like you open up and you offer them something, and like a barbecue, for example. And I think it'll probably be a kid somewhere that's like, man, like how he can afford that? You know what I'm saying? Like how he doing that? Maybe even an older person is like, man, how is he doing that? Like, how is he able to do it? Why is he doing that? You know what I'm saying? And it should spark something in them to want to learn more about you and what, you know what I'm saying, what may have happened. And that's that opportunity then that they, you know, where they, now their eyes and ears are open and they leaning towards you, man. And maybe that could be the thing. I can see it working. I can see that working. I think that's pretty good.
And just to kind of highlight, I guess, more on just exposure, I think that's a big element to kind of transform people's mind as being like conform to your environment. Right. Like, I look at your history of you going out into the military and just like seeing the world. There was one instance I seen you put a post up and you were like Africa on the kangaroo, brother. Camel, man. That's how it's crazy. Okay. Wrong animal, but I can't say those two go together, but camel. You on the camel, you like, yo, I'm from Beulah, Mississippi. Like, how was that moment for you? Like, cause yo, the only time we see the dog, loose dog, running around. But to actually see like a camel, aside from the carnival that may come to town, like how was that? Like in the wild, bro, you on the camel, you in there enjoying it, and then just to kind of put it back to home, like I'm from Beulah, Mississippi. Like how was that moment?
I think it's a natural mechanism in me, man. It keeps me humble for real. Like you just like always remember where you come from, like literally, like always remember where you come from. Like when I find myself getting into things and being exposed to things that I otherwise don't know how in the world I would have got there. You know what I'm saying? If it weren't for the good Lord itself, like how did I get to this point? But before I get to that thing, thinking like, man, I'm hard. I did this, I did that. Yeah, it's just like, bro, like anybody can be doing what I'm doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm doing this thing right here and it's cool. And the sad thing, I ain't gonna call it sad, but the thing that, the effect that thinking about home and staying grounded, what that does to me is it make me want other people to do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why my heart's so heavy into going back home, because it's like, yeah, I've seen so many different countries. I've been to so many cities, like stuff I can't even remember naming. Sometimes I miss the countries when I'm explaining them. There's been so many, but the thing about it is when I'm at these places, I'm always thinking like, man, so-and-so would have like doing this, or so-and-so could have did that, you know what I'm saying? So I started focusing in on family, like just getting family to come to where I was at, you know what I'm saying, in certain locations and allowing them to see that. But my vision is so much bigger than that. Like I want people to be a part of it. And honestly, I gotta say now I'm at a point where I don't even completely enjoy it because I'm overwhelmed with the thought that I need to be allowing other people to see this. You know what I'm saying? That's why I can go places and I don't even really do anything for real. Because I'm always thinking like, man, I'd rather do this stuff with somebody else. And when they do go out with me, it's like, oh, okay, man, they enjoying it, so it's cool. You know what I'm saying?
You feel,
I feel like that's kind of like the excitement I get out of it now. Like you're just seeing somebody else do it. I guess you talk about that OG stuff. It's kind of like the OG just sit back and just watch other people. Like now you can kind of enjoy what you missed before because you were thinking about them coming with you. Now you're looking at it now. But even then, I'm so ambitious. Like I see that other person doing it, I'm like, I can get a field trip. You know what I'm saying? It's always something bigger that I want to do. But it's always with other people in mind, man, trying to change the condition, the mentality, man. Like another thing that come with that is like being away, getting that exposure, then you come back. And not only is it back home, it's like even getting worse. You know what I'm saying? Like it's in a steady decline. Not talking bad about whatever going on, but it ain't really no good being brought there. So we got another generation that is accepting even a lesser life. You know what I'm saying? And it just get more and more sad, which gives me more and more of a reason to want to do something. But You gonna figure that thing out, man.
Yeah, I guess it's just something to think about though, because like you're saying too, and it just kind of goes back to one point you mentioned in there that I guess a lot of people don't really focus on: humility. Humility plays a big role in it because you get so far and you move like, and you know, it ain't no doing of yourself. Like you really have to understand that. The position you in, that exposure you get, somebody is watching you, and that move you making is helping them see like, oh, I can do it myself. There's one person I kind of just go back and be saying like, oh, I say I'm from Beulah because like that reminded me of the time I did do this, I did. Now I'm having, you know, all blessings. I can do this now. Mr. T, man, I seen him do an interview. You know, about Peter the Fool, man. He was doing the interview, and then the lady was just kind of clowning him on the shoes he was wearing. Like he got all these chains on from the top of his head until he gets his shoes, look a mess. He like, yo, you making all this money? Like, why are you wearing these shoes? And he started talking about the story behind him, like, wow, this is powerful. He was like, these were some passed down shoes he got from like his granddad, like on that level. He had me like, you keep taking them up while you doing this. He said, I don't care where I go, where I walk in, like I won't forget where I came from. So I was like, yo, that's just like huge, man. Like I don't care what it is, you gotta put something on your wrist, like whatever to remind you to stay humble. Like I think that can carry you like so much further in life. And that was like big for me when I saw that. I was like, yo, at that moment, I can't. This more than just me. And it's bigger than me. Like I think we can like really use these moments, these instances, this exposure to help other people get to the next level too. Yeah.
Really extremely important. Because for me, I ain't got no particular talent. So I feel like I've always been like super average in most things, and I think that's my talent. You know what I'm saying? Like I can pick up a lot of different things, man. I can become average at them. You know what I'm saying? And I say that to say, man, like I ain't nothing special, man. Like B and C student, you know what I'm saying? Like ain't apply myself, you know what I'm saying? On everything else, man. Focus on females and stuff like that instead of like what I should have been at whatever given point in my life, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm like a pretty average person, you know what I'm saying? But I've seen some other than average things, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm super ordinary, but extraordinary experiences, you know what I'm saying? And I can't really say that it's me. I'm forced to be humble. You know what I'm saying? You know that you ain't just like naturally, like it's just God, bro. Like, it's how I made small decisions that led up to the thing, you know, it's just like a trickle of events. That's how you really just look back and you see your entire picture, how it ties all together, how it brings, I'm talking about from my childhood up until today, everything happens and I can see it in like a holistic approach, like, and how it affects what it is that I'm supposed to be doing. Because most of my life, I've been like this, shout out to J. Cole, like this middle child. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen both sides of a lot of things, like, had one side of the family growing up that was like, boy, you gonna be dead in jail. Right. And another side of the family like, boy, you making us proud. You know what I'm saying? It was like, I learned one side like the streets, one side was like Christianity and believe and hold, like the wholesome kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? You know, born and raised in the church. Shout out to parents, they ain't did nothing wrong. I appreciate that, you know what I'm saying? We had that church there with love, you know what I'm saying? Nothing but love in that thing. But then all of a sudden, I'm in living out the Mediterranean, you know what I'm saying? The top floor, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? Glass jet, you know what I'm saying? And like, you just be reminded, like, both of those things happen. So hopefully I'm at a point where I want to be able to, like, reach either side. You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like that middle child, like that concept, why it resonates so much with me. I feel like on either side of the aisle, like, I can talk to, like, you know, nerds in suits, but I can also talk to that little kid that's, like, you know what I'm saying, probably either in the streets or flirting with the streets, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, all that stuff cool, man. It's just be like a unique life, but when you go back and forth, it'll keep you grounded. You always remember what's important, man.
It's just having that life experience kind of make you more relatable to a lot of people. I think, you know, even from my angle, I look at it from, you know, started off in school, man, from head start on the way to 12th grade, did so well, extremely well in school. And a lot of people looked at it like, oh, well, we ain't worried about him going to success, or whatever the case may be. And then you go to another environment where it's like, you ain't the smart kid no more. So it's different. So it's like, okay, it's not about who's the smartest, who's the fastest, who's the biggest or the strongest. It's about who wanted most. So that exposure in college, like, oh, me up, like, most people like, oh, he's doing well like it because he's smart. Like, absolutely not. When I got to college, it showed me like, yo, we are far behind than we think we are. So then it was like, I think they outwork me. So it became more of a competitive thing than anything. Like, yo, I don't care if I got to put in more hours, then that's what it is. So I think a lot of people look at it from the standpoint of like what I know and what I have and things of that nature. Sometimes it's just all about will. Like, are you willing to put in the work to get to where you want to be? So at the end of the day, like you see a lot of people, BC students, A students, it don't matter. It's always the ones at the top who want to get there versus like anything related to another grade you make in the school. It's just like, yo, do you really want this or not? And that kind of opened me up to it. It's like, okay, yeah, that's what it is. That's what it becomes.
It's a lot of educated nothings and a lot of what they would say, none educated somethings out there.
Right. Right.